Alright, what's up, people? I figured I'd get this fucking shit out of the way. I'm thinking, yeah, this is going to be volume 4, but I'm thinking this is going to be the last one. Like I say, it's a watch along, so I don't know what the fuck he's saying. 5 minutes and 47 seconds worth of bullshit. I'm pretty sure. It seems like he has some kind of stock photo of some dude, which is kind of weird in and of itself. I don't use stock photos. I make my own fucking art, nigga. Alright, let's get started. Fuck it.
Hey everyone, hey dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're back
Michael
to that.
Moron,
Okay.
Michael Morone is an Italian actor and singer. Of course he is. Isn't everyone just like a famous person nowadays? I can sing and I can act and da-da-da. And I want people to realize that the movies and television and whatever they watch and listen to and all that
I wonder, like, what is he going to come out and say this dude is a pedophile or something?
stuff.
If so, big surprise.
It's sold out satanic people. They're Freemasons. The quote-unquote small g god of Freemasonry is Lucifer the light bearer, who is Satan. Is it really that hard to believe?
I'm not doing that in this video. I've already done video after video after video on that. But go ahead, bro. You were saying?
That the world is biblical? Do you understand we're living in the last days before Jesus raptures the bride of Christ?
Do you know they've been saying that since day one? Look, bro. 1 Thessalonians. Follow along with me, dude. 1 Thessalonians 4:17.
Are you going to go in the rapture because you're a good person and you do this, that, and the other? No.
I quoted you the rapture verse. The rapture verse is not as cool as you think it is, buddy. It actually defeats your entire fucking premise, dude.
No, you're not. You need to be a born-again Christian. You need to understand
Says who?
things.
Says who?
You need to have faith in the finished work of Jesus Christ.
Says who?
Jesus Christ, fully man, fully God, came to earth
Says
about
who?
2,000 years ago, lived a perfect sinless life.
Says who?
How many other people lived a perfect sinless life? 0. He's
Says
the
who?
only one to do that because he's God.
Says who?
He went to the cross, shed his precious blood, was buried and resurrected 3 days later, according to the scriptures, the Holy Bible. This is the truth in the world. What's lies? Everything else.
Says
So
who?
Michael Morone here, he's an Italian actor and singer. He's got the apple there, like in Genesis, when Adam and Eve got beguiled by the serpent.
Find me the word apple in the book of Genesis and I'll shut up.
The serpent beguiled Eve, who took a bite out of the apple. God said, please.
Find me the word apple in the book of Genesis. And when I say apple, I mean the word in Hebrew for apple. Not your little fucking, 1976 translation of this translation of that translation, buddy.
Don't do that. But she did it because she got beguiled by Satan.
Or at least get to
and
the
then convinced
Septuagint.
Adam to do the same thing.
I bet
They
you don't even
fell
know what
into
the
sin,
Septuagint is,
and
do
that's
you?
where we are still today. We still live that world today. The fallen world because of sin coming into the world.
Says who? Says who?
Born-again Christians are going to go to a place soon,
Says who?
and we won't sin. We'll have new glorified bodies that
Says
won't
who?
get sick, that won't die.
Says
There'll
who?
be no more tears.
Says who?
There'll be no more pain.
Says who?
If that sounds good to you, you should put your faith in Jesus because it's
don't care.
actually the truth.
It's a fucking lie, so why
So
should
I
I
wonder if
fucking
he's
care?
taking a bite out of that apple.
It's not an apple.
He's doing
Read the Hebrew, idiot. Or you can even do the Greek in the Septuagint. But you're going to have to look that word up first.
the Anjali Mudra, which looks like prayer hands. Who's he praying to? Is he praying to God, the Father? Is he praying to Jesus
I think he's praying to this dude, this almighty dude named Joe Mama. I think that's who he's praying to.
Christ, our Lord? Or is he praying to that other character who's a created being, a fallen angel, a cherubim or a seraphim, Lucifer, Satan?
Says who?
He's got the eye and the triangle.
Oh, no.
The one-eye symbolism, the eye of
Oh,
Horus.
no.
Why?
Guilty
Because
as
he's sold out
charged.
satanic. That's why he's famous.
I got to hand it to the dude. The dude is I'm not gay at all, though, but I'm saying that's a pretty attractive dude. I can see why you might be a little bit, you know, worked up in your panties about, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's so fucking
He does
faggot ass.
666 in the Eye of Horus.
Oh no.
He does 666 on his hands.
Oh, wow.
Or if you're in denial, everything's A-okay in the world. No need to have faith or anything. Don't read the Bible. It's not truth.
How is that 666? I'll give it to you because I don't know your little occult symbolisms because I think they're stupid. He's not even throwing a proper, what is that, 2 okay signs? What, did somebody just ask him how he was doing and he just threw up 2 okay signs? I mean, I don't fucking know, but you telling me that he's fucking like, he's gesturing to demons and fucking like, you know what I'm saying, summoning spirits and shit like that, man. Come on, dude. Do you know how dumb you sound? Oh, wait. I already told you you're not dumb. I meant retarded. Sorry.
Or anything. Hiding his hand in his coat the way a Freemason would do. Hiding his hand in his coat the way a Freemason would do.
Why do you have pockets in your motherfucking coat then, dude? If you ain't putting your hands in them, what are you putting in there? Loose
Index fingers
change,
pressed
nigga?
together, other fingers interlocked. It's the gesture of enlightenment, but it's the false light of Lucifer, the light bearer, who is Satan. It's the false enlightenment.
You ever put your fingers together like that, just naturally? You ever done that? Just as like a certain kind of a meditation, like little. What the fuck? Why is this guy like nitpicking this dude? Oh wait, he's some kind of gay jealous.
They believe they have enlightenment, and they probably open their third eye, align their chakras, all that garbage. And he does the Uttara Bodhi Mudra again. Index fingers pressed together, other fingers interlocked. How many times have I said the phrase Uttara Bodhi Mudra? And
how many times have you seen like just a little kid do that naturally?
Index fingers together.
It's kind of like a natural thing to do, dude.
Do you think all of these people...
You ever done that exact same thing except you didn't touch your 2 index? You just like put your hands together and clasp them? What is that? It's natural. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You're trying to read shit into shit.
Are just randomly doing this pose, and it's just a coincidence that all of them seem to do it.
Oh, no.
Do you really think that's what's going on and you're in denial? Or are you going to wake up and realize the world is biblical? Your soul is on the line. Oh, but I'm living my best life now. The world's fine. I got mine. I do this. I'm a good person. No, you are not. You're a sinner on your way to hell.
Hold on. Says who? But, dude, like, why don't you at least try to fucking, like, you're making a preachy video and telling people, like, you said it, like, well, I mean, you could be talking to me, that's fine, because according to your worldview, but you're just putting this out there for anybody. You could be talking to a born-again Christian for all the fuck you know, and you're telling people they're going to hell. Hey, man, make me a convert, dude.
People do not like to hear that, but that is the absolute truth for everyone. I'm included in that. What have I done to remedy it? I have faith in the finished work of Jesus Christ, God. I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. I do.
Remind me again of why God had to kill his own kid in order to forgive sin. He's God, right? So he could just like kind of just do it as God, right? Would that make more sense? I don't know.
I am not being arrogant or bragging about that. I want that for everyone. I want everyone to be saved.
I'll let people come up with their own
salvation.
adjectives.
How do you go to heaven? How do you have salvation to be with Jesus? You believe in him, his finished work on the cross, his death, burial, and resurrection. That's it. The only way. It's actually quite simple, but it's very complicated to get there because people are brainwashed by the world and they think this, that, and the other. Again, so many people think they're a good person and they're not. I'd love to go up to...
You know, there's a lot of projection in this because when he keeps talking about you as not being a good person, you as being a sinner, you as going to hell, replace all the yous with me, but the me being him, if that makes any sense. He's projecting. He's talking about him fucking self.
Them and slap them in the face and go, wake up.
Slap
I'm
me in the
not gonna
face,
do
see
that.
what happens.
So I'll make
I'm going to tell you what, you're going to whiff some air, and then you're going to get hurt.
videos that people say are
I know
crazy
you
and conspiracy
didn't.
theorists and
I know you didn't
all
mean
that
it
other
literally,
garbage.
dude.
You're gonna find out
You'd
one
be a
day.
fool if you did.
Okay? God bless you, everyone.
Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. This is some weirdo shit, man. Josh motherfucking Sparrow. Alright, we can get rid of that guy. And I don't know if I'm going to do any more on this motherfucker. I just don't. You know what I mean? Like, I have so much shit to watch. I have Joe Rogan with Paul... You know who Paul Stamets is? He's the mushroom guy. I know that I didn't finish doing... Oh, by the way, it's on my Rumble exclusive. I got through about that much of Jay Dyer's latest video. So yeah, it's a watch along with Jay Dyer. And I stopped it there. If I keep watching it, I'm either just going to keep watching it and then you don't see the rest of the fucking thing, or I'm going to do a further watch along from that point. Because a watch along has to be blind. I can't have known, like, that lets me prepare. And you know, like, you're like, how do you know all this shit? And it's like, well, I'm just watching it blind, dude. I don't. Look at this one. Did she just prove the multiverse is real? One of the problems I have with Brian Keating is that he tends to upload very old videos that he's already uploaded, and you don't notice it at first, but then you notice it immediately, and you're like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're a fucking PhD in physics, my bro. You don't need to do that. Charlie Kirk. So why is Ghislaine Maxwell in jail? Oh yeah, I haven't even talked about that. I'm damn sure not going to do it here on YouTube. With that, that's some geopolitical level fucking nonsense. We're talking about the Epstein thing and Donald Trump and Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and fucking Dan Bongino and that whole fucking thing. And you got Ben Shapiro putting up his side. He gets roasted by his own audience. It's hilarious. He gets, what do they call it again? Ratioed? Yeah, that's it. Ratioed. Yeah, it's sad that, I'm probably not going to be fucking dealing with this Josh character anymore, because he's just kind of, like, I think I've already exposed all of his tricks. Now, notice that there is, and this is bonus level, I just got to tell y'all, if you're doing counter apologetics, like, if somebody's out there promoting their shit, there is a technique that is hilarious. I forget what the fuck this is, like, the way it's referenced. I know the guy that invented it. His name was Vincent, or he went by Vinny. Like, if you knew him personally, and I knew him personally, I met him personally. He had a 3-pronged approach to counter apologetics, and it was basically 3 questions: so what, says who, since when. So with the first question, you're basically just saying what you just said doesn't even fucking matter. Now notice, I didn't throw any I might have thrown one in on dude. I didn't throw much of that in there. Says who is a question of authority. That's the one that I kept hitting him with. Says who, says who, says who. Because until he can answer me where he got his fucking Bible from, I'm going to keep asking that motherfucking question. Every word he fucking breathes out of his fucking mouth. Says who. Right? And then the third one is, since when? Which is, I hardly ever use that one. That's a question of novelty. But that requires that you have a certain respect for, passed on tradition, which some people do and some people don't. And then even the ones that do, they only respect their own tradition. They don't respect the traditions of others. So that one is hardly useful to me. But the says who is the important one. You know what I'm saying? Just keep throwing that at people until they can fucking, like, even people intelligent, like this new orthobro community, like your Jay Dyers and your Andrew Wilsons and your Jake Rattlesnakes and those people that are really into this orthobro community. And there's a bunch more that I'm just not subscribed to, but those 3 guys I'm subscribed to, and they're very intelligent, and even against them, you can use this. because they're going to have to eventually back up against an axiom. And they know it. I've seen so many debates with these guys. They know it. They think they have it. I'm not entirely sure they do, but until we all get together, we're probably not going to know. But anywho, yeah, I'm pretty much done with this Joshua character. He should have called himself Father Joshua Sparrow, because then he would have got the Trinity all in there together. You know what I'm saying?